Okay, now it is recording. Jesus. Alright, well, anyways. Alright, so I know I haven't made a video in a long time and nobody watches my channel, but that's fine. But look, here we go. I'm gonna put this out there, right, for public disclosure for everyone in the world to know about this. But in the United States in 1983, right, it was publicly acknowledged by the president at the time, under Public Law 97280, right, that the 1611 King James Bible is the law, the common law, right? Because there's only three jurisdictions in the United States, right? You got your air, you got your land, and your water, and they're codified in the Constitution under contract and admiralty and common law, right? So you got those three. Well, whenever they take you into the court systems, they like to summarily is the word they use. They like to summarily assume that you don't have any cognitive ability over your own trust. That means is your own decision making, right? And the thing is, you can't even voice this. And to prove it, I'm gonna tell you this. This is my testimony, right? My testimony to the world, and for whenever I finally actually go to either whether I sue or go to a court of appeals, this is my video testimony right now. But look, whenever last time I went into court, right, and they drugged me in there under false pretenses, right? They tried to get me to make a plea of guilty or not guilty. Look, I'm not at Commerce. They never proved I was at Commerce. I tried to ask them the nature of the cause of the action that was against me, and they couldn't even give me the jurisdiction. So, right at the end of it, whenever they wouldn't give me the jurisdiction, I pulled out my Bible. And as soon as I pulled out my Bible and I said, well, this is the law, and this is what I'm standing under, you know, which is recognized by the President of the United States in 1983, the judge, the piece of shit, Murray, yeah, that guy, he went the dishonorable man because he wouldn't even allow me to speak as to voice that he's not the authority over the trustee that he thinks he is, right? Because he's not the top, that's the heir, right? And he just wanted to assume and not even let me speak, right? Not even ask questions, right? If you get assaulted on the street and for some odd reason you're able to actually talk to somebody, right? Be like, man, why'd you assault me for? And the other guy be like, well, I did this and this because of this, right? They would explain themselves. But whenever you go into court, they pretend like you can't even talk, right? Because it's the Matrix. It's like Neo, right? They pretend when you go into court you can't even talk. It's complete, utter garbage, right? And I'm telling you, whenever I pull that Bible out, he went, boom, you're in contempt of court. Why was I in contempt of court? Because the judge was, in all actuality, dishonorable. And he didn't want to recognize the common law because the common law, he doesn't have any jurisdiction over me, the flesh and blood man, right? He wanted to use a corporate fiction on a piece of paper that was written by somebody else decades ago that I didn't have any say over, right? In other words, it was a contract that he implied with his cohort of thugs with badges and guns and costumes who are policy enforcers, right? That's what they do. They enforce policy under commerce. Under commerce. So I'm going to start making more of these videos and try to explain this more and more so that whenever I finally actually do go to court again, that I'm going to bring all this up. And I'm going to hopefully, probably not anytime soon, but hopefully I will actually be able to start doing live audits, of public officials and this corrupt county, right? Because they're all acting under a corporate guise. The judge is acting under a corporate guise. The attorney's acting under a corporate guise. The sheriff is acting under a corporate guise. All of his lackeys are acting under a corporate guise. And the policy enforcers are acting under public guise. They want to pull people over on the side of the road for going down the road, and then they want to say, you're a driver in a commercial vehicle. But you'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm not a driver because I'm not at Commerce, and I'm not in a commercial vehicle. This is a private automobile, otherwise known as household goods. And whenever you try to tell a policy enforcer that, their brain explodes, and then they draw the guns on you, and they're like, we got one. Like, Got one what? What are you talking about? Oh, but they won't even tell you that. You understand? You understand how corrupt this system is? Like, you don't even get to say, hey, wait a minute, calm down. Let me talk to you for a moment. You know, the common law, the King James Bible, 1611 King James Bible, if you read in there, there's something in there. It says, a man who answers a matter before the other person gets, and I don't mean person as in corporate person, I mean other man or woman, but the other individual who's not at commerce. Whenever a man speaks and another man doesn't let him speak, that man who doesn't let him speak is a fool. So, by the common law definition, the judge, I'm not calling him this, but the common law, the creator of the universe, of all things, that created me, is calling that man a fool because he wouldn't let me speak. And he wouldn't acknowledge the words that were coming out of my mouth. Right? If that is not a martial law, admiralty jurisdiction, I don't know what is. And I just want to say right now, he never did answer the question. He didn't answer what jurisdiction I was under. And you always get to challenge jurisdiction from arraignment. You get to challenge jurisdiction on the side of the road with the policy enforcers. The only thing is the policy enforcers are just going to point guns at you. You know, unless you got a group of people, which is the reason why I'm going to start making these videos, so I can get a group of people to come. Because we need to pack the courts. Not just for me, but for everybody in this county that is getting used and abused by the system. Are they taking your kids away with CPS? That's contract. Don't let them do it. And I'll tell you what, the worst one, other than the judge and the district attorneys, the worst one of it all is the one who has a gun. The sheriff is allowing this, and he knows it, and he doesn't care because he gets money from the federal government. For every single prisoner that they put in jail, they get money. Yeah, they get money. Like, I don't know. Last time I checked, it was a while back, long time ago. But last time I checked, it was like $325 a day. A day. I tell you what, if you gave somebody $325 a day, I'm pretty sure it'd be easy to keep people out of jail. But yet they turn it, the jailing system, it's prisons for profit. All right, that's what it is. So I don't know. Get ready, you guys who abducted me for an entire year, and for the sheriff who allowed it, because he's the one with the gun. All he had to do was say, you know what, this man was standing on his constitutional rights, even though the Constitution in itself doesn't supersede the common law, because the common law, the King James 1611 Bible, was around a lot longer, even before 1611, which this country is founded on, which the presidents back in 1983 even said, hey, look, it's the common law. The only thing is, it's the court systems, man. And it's all run by those Luciferians up there, you know. And the preacher, for all you quote-unquote supposed pagan Christians out there, you all want to sit around and say, oh, yeah, well, you just got to believe and do what the guys up there say. And don't question them, and, you know. But that's not exactly what the common law, a.k.a. the Bible, says. Yahweh says, Yeshua says, test the spirit of all things. All things. And that means even whenever I go into court, I get to test. I get to ask questions. They don't get to tell me, oh, well, you can't ask questions. That's the reason why they threw me in jail, was because I asked questions. Right? They kidnapped me physically under threat of killing me and put me in jail for 3 days. In a box. For 3 days, because I asked questions. Yeah, I'm saying this county, Brown County, Texas, right? The corporate, right, is infringing their corporate ordinances, right, and their corporate statutes, which falls under admiralty jurisdiction, right, because they're on the high seas. Whenever they pull you into court, and you go in there and you're all scared and everything, they pull you into court. And then they ramrod you because the judge automatically assumes that you are not a free man. You are not a free woman. Okay? So, I don't know. I hope this is encouragement for the people to live in this county and the people to live anywhere in the United States. Right? Because this is like universal. Right? Because 1611 is... KJV is also, like, it's recognized in Canada. It's recognized in France. It's recognized in Australia. It's recognized in the Orient over in Korea. I mean, come on, people. You want to be free. You want to be able to. You want to be able to open up your own business and be like in Mexico and sell some chicle. Candy. They got dozens of candy stores in Mexico. Lived down there for 2 years. Wonderful. I love it. Free economy. That's laissez-faire, right? Because they don't have regulations. They don't have policy enforcers. You got people with guns down there, but they got people with guns coming into your house saying, "Oh, you can't start a business. Oh, you can't sell milk. Oh, you can't sell eggs. Oh, you can't sell lemonade on the side of the road." Like, you see that? That's all because they want to throw you as a free man or woman into their commercial system. You have the right to operate your own business as you see fit. All right? That's what the common law says. The thing is, they trick you guys. So, I don't know. I hope to make more of these videos soon. But, yeah, adios.